are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Gnome Warlock.
Salutations.
Today we are back in Westfall, guys. Last episode we got our first green item, the Harvester's Robe. We also got some green pants as well. And today we are going to continue questing in Westfall. We will try to collect some Knoll Paws, and we will slay some Defias looters and pillagers. And then after that, we'll make our way to Stormwind. Turn in all of these quests. And continue the Defias Brotherhood quest chain. So we can get all the quests that we need for the Dead Mines dungeon. We got here. Looks like we haven't unlocked dungeons yet. I guess we have to wait another level. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. Looks like we've got a chest over here. Let's see what we can get inside of it. Hopefully another green item. Maybe this paladin will take it. Are we still in combat with what? There we go. Actually, it was actually with this smuggler. It's kind of strange. That's good. We got another health pot here. Starting to get lesser healing potions. We'll put this here. And I heard an interesting MMO story yesterday. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the MMO Ultima Online. It's a MMO that came out in 1997. And it has like a top-down graphic style, sort of like this game Tibia that I used to play. I think it also came out in like 96, 97. And there was a hardcore Ultima Online RP server. I never knew they had those. And this player named Cedric was on that server. His first time playing the game, I think. And there was an event happening around him when he joined the server. And he went to go check it out. And it was a funeral for another character. Because they had funerals, right? Characters died because it was hardcore and an RP server. And when he went to the funeral, another player decided to, you know, pull out their sword and kill his character because they believed that he interrupted the funeral. And players who are killed unprovoked can get rezzed on that server, resurrected. But the admin believed that his death for ruining the funeral was justified. So he lost his character. And that kind of pissed him off. So he made another character on the server. And he made that character a cook. No one knew who he previously was. And he became a master cook. And eventually opened his own tavern on the server. And he eventually he invited all of the people who were at the funeral to his festival. And before the festival, he learned poisons. Or how to level up poison. I guess he leveled up poisons. And he poisoned all of the food. And poisoned everyone who ate at the festival. And they were all dumbfounded and then eventually lost their characters. I don't know if they got resurrected because maybe, you know, the admin might think it's not justified, but I get maybe if Cedric explained what happened to him, then maybe it is a justified kill. But think about all the like preparation and everything he had to go through just to like get to that point. It's probably one of the coolest like RP MMO stories I've ever heard. It's kind of hard to believe, but if it's true, that's pretty cool. And Ultima Online, it's a lot like Tibia. Like, the player housing's really cool. Like, I think top-down MMOs have the best player housing for MMOs. Because you look at it top-down, and you see, like everything that's inside of it. And then the walls are, like, all around. There's the door. I don't know. It's just... It's better than this, like, 3D version that they're doing with WoW. But we'll see. We'll see in Midnight how World of Warcraft has done with player housing. Maybe it's actually pretty good. And we got health funnel, guys. I forgot to use this last episode. I was using bandages to heal Sarfog, but we got health funnel. It looks like we lose health, and then he gains health. So it gives 12 health to the caster's pet every second for 10 seconds, as long as the caster channels. So we lose some health doing this, but looks like it's worth it. It's better than losing mana. And Doc told me about that. I completely forgot that we had that ability. So shout out to Doc. It's funny that he told me that. The name kind of lines up with the ability and what it does. We got Bard's Bracers of Agility, guys. 2 agi, 30 armor, leather bracers. Another thing I didn't know about TBC is they reduced the dead zone area for hunters. If you don't know this about hunters, they what's the milk here? They have a dead zone, and what a dead zone is if you get too close to them, they can't shoot their range weapon. And in vanilla WoW, it's supposedly a much bigger zone, but it was reduced in TBC. Did not know that. Read this on Reddit. And a hunter replied to somebody, because this mage was like, he was saying he was having trouble dead zoning hunters, and that's a common tactic that mages use to kill hunters, is they get in their to melee range and just start spamming, Fire Blast, Arcane Explosion, just instant cast spells. And then the hunter can't shoot, so he just gets kind of wrecked by the mage, as long as the mage is in the dead zone. But a hunter replied and said, they can shoot you from 5 yards away now, before it was 8. And then he said, source, I'm a hunter who plays 18 hours a day. So he's got to be right, right? And then some guy replied to him, and he's like, what a casual. Real hunters play for at least 21 hours a day. So we got some sweaty hunters out there, guys. I don't know why, but that made me laugh. You don't have to play 18 hours a day to know to know about that, right? You could just look it up. Made it sound like, but I guess he was just saying he has the experience, right? That's all he was trying to say. Like, he's an experienced hunter who plays a lot. And Battlefield 6 outsold Call of Duty last year, guys, for the first time ever. A Battlefield title outsold Call of Duty. So shout out to Battlefield 6. I think the last time I bought Call of Duty, it was the Black Ops remake. Black Ops 1 remake I bought. Look at these milks. Put them here. Got an axe, green axe as well, 1 strength, 7.9 damage per second, one-handed axe, the Brutish River Paw axe. Not getting lucky with the caster drops though. That taunt's pretty strong. Yeah, those old school MMOs, man, they were pretty hardcore. You could probably still play like a hardcore Ultima Online RP server. I wonder how many people would be on these servers still. That'd be interesting to check out. There's still like a few thousand, I don't know, close to 10,000 people who play Tibia. And their PvP servers on Tibia, they get pretty hardcore. There's like wars that guilds have. It's kind of cool. They have the problem is that eventually once a guild wins a war, it's hard for like another faction to rise up and take that group down. Because once your guild kind of wins a war, they can go to all of the zones that have the best loot and claim those zones, and then anybody that's in your group gets the loot from them, and then you just kind of skyrocket ahead. But fresh Tibia servers are a lot of fun. And what happens in these wars is there's eventually like the team that like wins these fights and battles, they eventually start hunting players down, and then the players that they were fighting in the war, they can't really log in, because if they log in, they'll get automatically like hunted by the other guild or faction that they had war with. And they don't really get to know exactly. Oh my gosh, what a terrible fear. Might pull more stuff. We're okay. And they don't know exactly where they're located. But they have a spell that they can use, and it'll tell them like where they are from where you are, and it could say like very far north, or just close southeast, like, and then as you just move towards that direction, you get a better idea of where they are and where they could potentially be farming. There are safe zones like depots, like going into the bank. It's like a safe place, but once you leave the bank, you can be killed. So if a guild wants to come back and try to like reclaim the server, they have to like all log in at the same time and then go take out a few players and then maybe log off before the other like guild gets all their players to log in. And hopefully they do a little bit of damage to the other guild. But it probably won't be enough because once a guild owns the server, they can stay on for as long as they want and farm. Eventually they just get ahead. But some players, you know, get bored, right? And they decide to have like a mutiny within the guild that's running the server, and you know, they split that guild apart, and then maybe some players from the past wars can log back in and not get hunted. And then it gets interesting again. They could never really have that in World of Warcraft. Could you imagine they had like an alliance, like an alliance horde server where like death was actually pretty punishing, or like say a hardcore PvP server in WoW? Eventually a faction would just kill all the players, and then like nobody would get past Westfall, you know what I mean? If the horde had just won, like everybody would there would be level 60s in Westfall just killing lobies, and the other faction would never rise up ever again. I don't think it would really work in WoW. They'd have to remove the Horde Alliance thing. That would have to be removed from the game. Everybody would have to be able to go to all the cities and all that stuff. And factions would have to be made by the player base, sort of like guilds. So we need one more Null Paw. Yeah, I wonder if they still have all like hardcore Ultima Online RP servers. Maybe they exist. I never played Ultima Online ever in my life. Heard a lot about it though. It's like one of those classic MMOs that you always hear about from time to time. EverQuest is another one of those. You hear about that quite a bit. Gypsy Tunic, leather chest. Can't wear it. 4 intellect, 70 armor. It's too bad. Probably couldn't handle all these gnolls here. Maybe this group of 3. Should we try? Dot one up. Oh man, they just come after me? That's not right. And he resists my fear. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, we gotta run. Come here, Sarfog. Run away. We can finish this one off. This other rogue's actually helping us now. That's awesome. Taunt him. Let's get a soul shard here. Make ourselves a health stone. Now we have a debuff. Spirit Decay. Spirit reduced by 4. That's not good. Me and Sarfog both have it. Well, maybe after this we'll head over to Stormwind, because we can eventually complete this quest alongside the Defiance Brotherhood quest chain. I think that's what we'll do. Some gnolls in a cave. Actually, no, it's all Defiance. Seems like all the gnolls have been killed here. We can't really deal with this pack. I think I needed to wait a little longer before I cast those dots. I think the dots got me to aggro the other mobs there. I thought that Sarfog was going to get aggro onto them, but I guess not. I had to wait for him to, I guess, sit in that area for a little bit before they recognized that he was there. I'll see that. Fear here. It's probably gonna pull something. We'll see. Try to finish this guy off. And we'll get Sarfog to go in and taunt. This hunter comes in to help. It's a Draenei hunter, 22. Decided not to get a Ravager pet. That is surprising. As a Draenei hunter, you can get the best pet in the game, Ravager, like right on the island that you're at. Or maybe they have one, they just put it in the stable and are just deciding to level another one. Who knows? So I think we're done with the Gnoll Paws, right? We got 8 of them? Yeah. So we'll head back to Sentinel Hill. We'll kill whatever Defiance we see on the way. And then we'll make our way over to Stormwind. We have a lot in our bags as well. It's quite a few there. We can handle them though. Dot that one up. Dot him up. Gonna get aggro soon. Shadow Bolt and Fear. Probably should have finished off this one here. We're lucky they didn't fear into this pack over here. I'll get aggro, fear here. Resisted. Finish off this looter. We got disarmed. Yeah, we almost died today. Pulled too many. Pulled too many gnolls. Need one more Gortus liver as well. That'd be nice to get before we head to Stormwind. I wonder how a top-down MMO would be in this day and age, if people would like it. Maybe, maybe not. shoot a Shadow Bolt here, and then we'll dot him up and then Fear. Resisted. He's sprinting at us. Hopefully get the final liver here, guys. Getting a lot of boar meat, though. It'll be good for cooking. Have a little drink here. Get ourselves a food buff. If we have any. Looks like we do not. Our wand damage is pretty comparable to our Shadow Bolt rank 3. Like, it's actually probably better to just wand than a Shadow Bolt. And when the health bar turns blue, I think that's when the mob's about to, you know, change aggro targets to me from Sarfog. Which is kind of interesting. And then it turns red. And it switches. Wow, we're not getting lucky here. More boar meat, guys. We should probably get rid of something here. It's 61 health food we don't really need. So we can cook that boar meat. Not getting too lucky with the livers again. Hopefully this one has one. No. We were getting a bunch at the start, and then they just stopped giving us livers. Oh, well, we'll head back, turn this in. We'll sell a little bit of loot as well.
Hello. I try to keep Sentinel Hill stocked, and that's not easy with all the action we see.
Keep all the BOE items. I could probably just send that to the Paladin or Bank Alt, and they can disenchant them. A lot of this loot we'll probably just send over to the Bank Alt.
Safe travels.
We also got the State of Lakeshire, guys. Last episode, I didn't know we got this. This is the note that we have to report to Stormwind.
Can I help you?
You collected 8 paws of the
Well done,
treacherous gnolls
adventurer.
yet.
With valiant adventurers such as yourself fighting alongside
Got 11
the
armor
militia,
wrists.
Westfall just might return
It's
to
an
the
upgrade.
prosperous breadbasket it once was. Please accept this in recognition of your tireless efforts.
See you later.
Alright, let's go hunt down the last Gortusk liver, guys. We'll have to deliver that to the Saltine farm, I believe. Hopefully we can get one soon. Guys are ranging our Shadow Bolt. There we go, finally. We did it, guys. Let's head over to the Saldine farm, we'll turn that in. We'll also check out the state of Lakeshire. War is upon us, doom harkens from our doorstep. As magistrate of the township of Lakeshire, which is in Redridge Mounds, it is my duty to report to the recent military activity that has taken place in His Majesty's easternmost colony. Contained within these pages, you will find an account of state of Lakeshire, nestled within the Redridge Mountains. The loss of Stonewatch Keep was very grave. In previous reports, I detailed for you an alliance between the Blackrock clan orcs and the warlock known as Morganth. The Blackrock orcs fought with horrific savagery, undoubtedly fueled by the evil magic of Morganth. Many of His Majesty's most valiant soldiers perished trying to defend the keep, but ultimately nothing could be done. Just want to make sure we're going the right way here. Yeah, I think we went past it. Good thing we decided to go back. Oddly enough, Morganth turned on his orcish cohorts shortly after their wretched victory. The warlock constructed an arcane tower to the northeast and has used his powers to build a small army of Shadowhide gnolls to serve his malicious biddings. Both orc and man have fallen victim to the vicious brutes to serve the warlock. As to what betrayal took place between Morganth and Gathelzog, the Blackrock warlord, one can only speculate at this point. Alright, so let's turn this quest in here.
Well met. Have a good one. These are just perfect, adventurer. Thank
go,
you
leveled
so
up.
much. Farmer Saldine and I are going to feast tonight. And here is a little something for you for the hard work.
Level 16.
You didn't think I was going to let an adventurer like you go hungry, did you?
Alright, to our peril, the foul orcs seem more concerned with the demise of His Majesty's good citizens. In the last fortnight, the Blackrock clan staged a ruthless offensive on Lakeshire. Many brave men lost their lives that grim day. The orc forces advanced with such speed and fury that the bridge spanning Everstill was brought to ruin. Our war supplies have greatly dwindled. We lack bandages to mend the wounds of the fallen. Now I ask of His Majesty to support the good people of Lakeshire. In this time of need, we are in need of new soldiers to defend the territory, as well as new instruments of war to replace those lost in the battlefield. Food and building supplies run low as well. Please, my lord, help us keep the final bastion between man and wretched orc thriving. The enemy must be kept out of the kingdom of Stormwind. I fear greater and darker evil brewing in the cauldron of corruption that the Northlands have become. It is imperative that the Kingdom of Stormwind take action, lest we seek to become fading memories to the living or slaves to the enemy. Signed, Magistrate Solomon, Township of Lakeshire, Kingdom of Stormwind. All right. Well, I guess we'll go to Goldshire first, and then we'll head to Stormwind and see if they will help the people of Lakeshire. We also got the Gortus liver pie recipe. We need 50 cooking for that. Maybe we'll probably get our cooking to 50 while we're in town, and we'll learn Gortus liver pie thanks to all the boar meat we collected. And we'll potentially level up our first aid as well, and maybe get tailoring finally started. And we're also level 16 now, which means we can learn Life Tap rank 2, which gives us, converts 65 health into 65 mana, and Unending Breath, which allows the target to breathe underwater for 10 minutes.
You need some? I'm sorry, I'm a bit busy right now making horseshoes for Werner Osgood in Lakeshire. So old Werner needs some shoes, does he? Okay, I'll give him his 50 horseshoes. Here they are, all boxed up and ready to go. Tell Werner it was a pleasure doing business, and be sure he reads the note attached to this crate.
Crate of horseshoes. A note is attached to the crate. It reads, Werner, sorry to hear Redridge is having such trouble. Here are the shoes you need. Please pay me 100 silver at your earliest convenience. Or if you like, you can pay me in underbelly scales from black dragon whelps. I hear dragon whelps are common in Redridge Mountains. Because we're friends, 4 scales will be enough. Thanks, Argus. And we need to make sure we get the flight point in Stormwind. I forgot to get that. The entrance to Stormwind.
Well met.
What have you there?
Ease, adventurer. Magistrate Solomon is a noble leader. His words carry great weight with me. I shall seek the counsel of the king and make the situation clear to him. Assure the good judge that he has the Stormwind Army's support. Reinforcements will be sent as soon as word is given from His Majesty. While I wait for a response from the king, I want you to carry this letter to Magistrate Solomon. Dismissed, adventurer.
All right, let's check this letter out here. Honorable Magistrate Solomon, I mourn alongside you for the dead. I shall see to it personally that the king is made aware of the situation, and it is my fondest hope that I can bring reinforcements to Lakeshire. His Majesty has been scarce of late and acts rather oddly. I shared this with you in confidence. Until then, General Marcus Jonathan, Kingdom of Stormwind. All right, here we go. We got the flight
Where is
points.
it you would like to go, lad? For just a few coin, my griffins can get you there faster than even the swiftest horse. What can I... Welcome to SI, 7 headquarters, adventurer. This matter might be more complex than Stoutmantle realizes. The Stonemasons Guild was run by a man named Edwin Van Cleef. Van Cleef was responsible for rebuilding Stormwind after the Orcs razed it in the First War. Apparently, Van Cleef and his men were unhappy with their treatment by the king after the reconstruction was complete. That just might explain a thing or two. I have written a more detailed account for your master in Westfall. Take this to him at once.
All right, so we have a few quests to bring back to Solomon. And then we'll head over here and turn in Humble Beginnings. And we can probably upgrade our first aid at the cathedral as well. Can't wait till we get our mount. Level 30. And did we unlock dungeons? Yeah, we did. Level 16, we can actually queue up for dead mines now. We'll wait a little bit, though. I want to make sure we have all of our quests for it first.
Good day to you.
Oh, thank you, adventurer. It's of no practical use to me, but the sentimental value, needless to say, thank you for bringing this to me at some cost to your own well-being, not to mention the time it took to go all the way down to Westfall. You have my gratitude and have this as a token of my thanks.
And there's some Dead Mines quests right there. We'll probably pick those up. And this is another popular way of, if you want to level your character and you have a lot of gold, you just buy wool off the auction house and donate it for XP. This is the park, the Night Elf area of Stormwind. Here we are back at the Slaughtered Lamb, guys. I wonder if we have any new demon abilities to learn as well.
Well met. The arcane only corrupts those who are weak.
A life tap
Keep up
rank
on your
2,
training,
unending
you may
breath.
find a similar fate.
Want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you've come to the right
Yeah, we can now sacrifice our Voidwalker, giving its owner a shield that will absorb 305 damage over 30 seconds. While the shield holds, spell casting will not be interrupted by damage. Pretty strong ability that Warlocks have there. It's almost like a paladin bubble.
Be seeing you.
Oh, here we go, sacrifice. I think that was it.
Want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you've come to the right place.
There we go, he's got it.
Daylight's burning.
I'll have to put that on our bars, though, or maybe I could just click it if we ever get into trouble. It's a pretty awesome ability. There we go, guys. We turned in all those quests. We learned a few Warlock abilities. Next episode, we'll probably start out in town. We'll focus on doing a few professions. First aid, tailoring, cooking. And that's probably it. And then once we clear up our bags, we'll make our way back to Sentinel Hill and continue questing and collecting quests for dead mines. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.